Hi chat, welcome in everyone. Happy Sunday to ya. It's Sunday, right? Yeah. Well, welcome in. How we doing, Will? Happy to see you, JK. Well, thank you.
Happy 35 months, Chef. Another month down. Cheers.
Appreciate the resub. Did I turn this back off? Or did it shut off on its own? So we're doing beef and pork stew tonight. I've got ground pork and I've got ground beef. We got all sorts of peppers here. I got green pepper, I got red pepper. The color on this red pepper is just gorgeous. Jalapenos, serranos. We're gonna throw some green olives in there. And we're gonna cover it with a biscuit topping. May actually be a little bit quicker of an evening tonight than tomorrow, when we're going to be doing a red pork basil soup. Hello, Cosmic. Move the camera here in a moment. Get a little more centered on the cutting board there. Now I gotta turn the fan off now. Now we start getting hot. Gotta figure out fans with microphones. Probably gonna need AI for that one. Speaking of that, I wonder what AI tools are out there for noise canceling. I'd have to imagine that's something it might be pretty good at. You know, ooh, random odd noise that doesn't sound like we want to hear. Welcome in, everyone. Happy Sunday to you. Thank you for joining me tonight. Cheers. Hot coffee. Hot coffee. Woo! Alright, what do we get started with here? Onions. I'm going to chop up veggies. Ooh. Nope, not even bothering with you. Waste of money. Much better. If no one picked up on why I got rid of the last one, it's because it was moldy. But I could have saved it for stock. Moldy stock. Oh, the smell on this pepper is great too. So it's not just got a beautiful color, it's got a great smell too. And the small ones are serranos. And the large one's a jalapeno. I'm just going with it. I honestly don't know if the dish in the title is actually ever really spicy, or if it's just sweet peppers typically in it. I'm putting some spice in there. Make sure Twitch and YouTube think I'm alive here. Okay. Hi, Nan Reader. They mandated all of the grocers around here have to use biodegradable bags for all of their like in-store bags now, for all their disposable bags for. And so the rollover has not been smooth. The grocery stores are not compensating well for this. They all have like half, if not less, as many pull and tear machines. The one I went to today has been doing pretty good for the type of store it is. Family run, small little place. They put in brand new machines for bags, and the bags don't conform to the new. They have those little like spikes on them. They're supposed to catch and open and be able to separate the bags without you touching them. Yeah. Bags don't have that little slot on them. But the new ones that they're using, it seemed like they used to have biodegradables that separated all right. And the ones that today, these are better. But like the ones at like Safeway, they're like impossible to open. Like you gotta sit, and maybe you get it open after a minute or two. Do not like them. I like disposable bags. I don't like problems caused by having disposable bags. I gotta use up this garlic. We got new season garlic in. Thank you for the follow there a moment ago. Ooh, that was one heck of a sliver. Or is that a cut? That just cut me. That's a bummer. I just got a paper cut from garlic, chat. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be that much of a problem. I'm just going to throw a glove on it. Actually, I take that back. I'm going to hit it with some rubbing alcohol first. Michael Jackson in it up tonight. Just on one hand. Went out wine tasting last night. Still somewhat regretting it. Really, actually sort of upset about spending the money at that place. I should have known right off. But, like, they served me 5 wines, and nothing was actually all that bad or wrong about the wines. A couple of them were actually relatively interesting. One of them had a very unexpected butteriness to it, which is not necessarily a good thing in wine. Can be. Depends on if you want it to be. But they're tasting, like, they're selling bottles and they're doing tastings, like most tasting rooms. And they're serving everything refrigerated. Not like lightly chilled, not like, refreshing crisp, slightly under room temperature, refrigerated, like well below 55. And if you're unfamiliar with wine and all that, you take wine below 55 or around that temperature, and you start losing aromatics. So you lose the smells from the wine, and that also obviously affects the flavor of the wine. Because if you can't smell it, I mean, we smell most things in food. We don't taste them. We only have 5-6 flavors that we taste. Everything else is in your nose. And it just boggled my mind that, like, it has to be the tourist thing that they survive, because they've been there for years. Then again, we all genetically taste things differently. Maybe people think that stuff is amazing. I just didn't. Alright, let's make some biscuit dough. Salt. Black pepper galore. other salt. Baking powder, baking soda. Adding buttermilk powder to our milk and half. Give it that tang. Successfully getting dairy all over the place here, splashing it in this. I don't think I quite got the Stream Deck. I don't have a Steam Deck. That's why my brain gets them confused. Well, that didn't mix very well. It's okay though. was sitting here debating adding some of that other hot pepper in with the biscuit dough, but I think I'm going to skip that. I think that's taking it a little, muddying things a little too much, taking things a little too far. It'd be better that it's cleaner and separate. I think that's going to be good there. I'll let this sit in the fridge for a little bit until we're ready to top our Picadillo. Coffee break. I forgot I had fresh celery that actually was good, so we're going to throw some celery in here too. Celery would be great for tomorrow too. Cut the heat back off of this while I do the celery. These have got some texture to them too, let me tell you. I was chewing on these in the soup the other night. Bit down on a couple pieces of ginger the other night too. A little harder to chop things finely with the gloves on. Unless you're not worried about getting a little plastic in your food. Microplastics, chat. Going back to the stove now that we got some chopped celery. Let's get our ugly beef out. I opened this beef up earlier in the week, and so it is not pretty pink anymore. Come on, heat up, pan. You can do it. Right on the edge of a smoke there. Almost. Almost looks like it's fizzing on camera. This is good. I've been sitting with like a half pound of beef for now a little while now. We've gone through a couple of segments here where I did like a half pound of beef, then I did a pound of beef, so it left me with a half pound. Wait for that to get some nice color on the other side before we move it. I should have this on the other side of the stove though, because that's the hotter side of the burner. Here, look at my cutting board. Not at the old beef. It's just got better flavor. We dry aged our ground beef, chat. I'm replacing the glove after I get done with the pork for those worried about cross-contamination. Dashi. Intense fish. I don't know, are there any traditionally spices in Picadillo? I can do that. Paprika. Cumin. Oregano. And that's why spices were way more expensive back in the day and are now way overpriced. Melt my glove to my hand. Bit more oil in the pan. I think that's sealed up. Or sealed up enough for home cooking. Anyone doing any exciting for the long weekend? I assume everyone's got a long weekend. Anyone breaking the tri-tip out? Like it's on every sale, on every grocery, and every store right now. I don't know prices on shrimp to know if that's a outstanding deal or not. I need to have another, I need to put on another glove, but I need to have another blood allergen test done. Or maybe have a proper allergen test done. Wet fingers, old gloves don't work well together. So, shrimp cocktail night? Oh, you can eat shrimp? Party at Dance's. Around here, Will, at least with beef, it seems like the major grocery stores sort of have sort of decided we're selling this cut at this holiday, this cut at this holiday, this cut at this holiday, and this cut at this holiday, and it sort of like repeats just over the year. Same, not doing anything holiday themed. I didn't really think about it. I need to get on the calendar. I decided this stream's dinner during the last stream, and I decided on tomorrow's stream when I was setting up for tonight's stream. Here's hoping I can find some cheap pork tomorrow. I have a feeling ribs are probably a big seller this weekend, so I might want to stay away from that, even though rib meat is sort of the meat to go for that soup. Oh, come on, flip. Got me wondering if the hot dog needs, like, there's a lot of different types of hot dogs. But maybe the hot dog needs a little bit more of a reinvention to be on the cheeseburger level. I know I'm going to offend all of the hot dog fans or fanatics or whatever level of fandom you're at, because you love your traditional style hot dogs, but it may need a revisit. Actually, I started thinking I need to put coney dogs on my menu coming up here too. We've done the Chicago dogs, and that was sort of because of the new pope, but what other hot dogs do I have to do on stream, chat? Like, I've done the Minnesota State Fair thing where it's like corned beef or pastrami wrapped around a pickle in a bun. I don't know, just a straight New York one is worth a stream. Unless I was making the hot dog from scratch. Which, I have a grinder, but I don't have a buffalo chopper. This needs some fat. Yeah, dances. But I figure I can make the coney chili Is it really chilly? I can imagine that felines dances. But they're sort of dangerous. And they're really made to emulsify the meat with their their blades, but I mean, I can see it if it was cheap, if they had it as an alternative for making it. I don't see buying it to make those. I think there's cheaper alternatives that would be as efficient, if not better. But that's what a lot of business is I have this, let's make this work. So I pulled the pork off. Got that off to the side there with the beef. Now we're going to go in with our veggies. Get the pan just a moment to recover in temperature. Does everyone out there know what I'm talking about when I say a buffalo chopper? I'm realizing now that maybe a fair portion of chat would not know what that is. Buffalo chopper is some sort of almost like a combo between a Vitamix or blender and a now I can't remember the name of the other one. Regardless, it basically has two blades that spin like this, and then you throw meat and veggies in basically a tube that goes around it, and the blades going like this moves the meat around in the tube. Cross between a food processor and a blender. Bit of salt in with those. That smells delicious. Not tomatillos. We have green bell, a beautiful red bell with a gorgeous red color that I'm hiding to it, jalapeno, and serrano. And then that's celery that's on the cutting board. and garlic. Lastly, we got fire roasted tomatoes, crushed tomatoes. I'm liking this color. They're getting a nice sweat going here. I think we're going to move into adding our celery in there. Garlic. In with the peppers. Bit more salt. Hi, Kip. We've got sauteed ground pork, sauteed ground beef with seasonings. We have peppers, both sweet and hot peppers, onions, celery, garlic, fire roasted crushed tomatoes. And I've made a biscuit dough that is chilling in the fridge. I should probably get our oven preheating here, even though it's going to make me sweat even more. Cranking the oven to 450. High heat on our biscuits. we want to shock that butter. I put baking powder and baking soda in there too to get even more of a rise out of them, but we want to shock that butter. Oh, I got to talking about allergies before, chat. I got to talking about allergies because the last time I had an allergen test, I had a really minor reaction to several things, and shrimp was one of them. Thank you, Kip. I'm sorry you didn't get an alert going there, but thank you so much for the biddies. Yeah, I got into this. I don't know if that was necessarily it or not, but I got into a beta test of something that Twitch is doing with the bits, and I'm going to be honest, I don't 100% understand it. I know it has to do with extra animations in the actual chat itself. Well, hopefully you didn't spend bits you didn't intend to. Hey chat, I heard about this new store recently. It's got an interesting name. It's called Moderation. They have everything. Stolen YouTube dad joke. A little bit longer on that. Get a little bit more cook on those peppers before we add the tomato in there. Well, hopefully you at least got some animation in the chat or something from that. I apologize, I didn't see when it happened, so I didn't see if it did happen. Alright, we'll add our crushed tomato, fire roasted tomato, and we'll cook this down a bit more until it's... Actually, we'll use a little water in there just to get everything out of the can. Okay, I want that to simmer down a bit more, but I don't want it to coat my house in tomato. So we're going to add the beef and pork in there to bulk it up so it doesn't bubble and pop all over the house as much. Want all of that flavor in there too. It's a little like we're making a fancy sloppy Joe here, chat. But actually, that's probably good right there. Let's go back to our biscuit. Let's set that hang out like that. Hey, why aren't you following me? Why aren't you following me? Make me push the button. Wiggles. I had to find a new home for my rolling pin with the new plastic wrap, the new big thing of plastic wrap. So my rolling pin's over here now. So we're going to give this a couple of folds so that we get some layerage in it. Trap some steam in those layers so it helps with the rise on top of the leaveners. Okay. Now we're going to do our final rollout on this. Bit more flour. And then we're going to try and make it somewhat as round as our pan on the stove there. We'll start by going against the corners, and then we're going to go sort of towards the flats, but sort of not. Then back towards the corners. And I'm accomplishing making a very nice square piece when I want something round. So I'm cheating. And I'm not succeeding even then. Alright, I'm going with that. Actually, we can go a little bit wider than that. Is our oven up to temp? No, it's still preheating. So we're not going to put the dough on top of this until our oven is ready. Oven is preheating to 450 for biscuits. That's another way we could do this too. Maybe we can... I think this will look cuter. Just as the heat comes up, I make the decision to make them like this. You can actually see those layers of butter in there. I don't know how it's getting a little blown out on the screen, but layers. Now we sort of destroy the layers for the second batch, but we already got more than we really need here. I'm just sort of doing this rather than wasting it. Pan and parchment. And the ones that I'm just baking, which are the scrap ones, will do. Did I shut the music off in my earbud again? No, it just ended. Okay. So we got our messed up biscuits on a pan here ready to bake separately. And then we've got our stew here, or Picadillo. And we're going to add these over the top just like that. Alright, and that's immediately going into 450 degree oven. Oh darn, I forgot I had the rack down lower. Oh well. We just gotta squeeze them both on the same rack. And let's see here. I'm going to guess 15. To 18. So we're going to take a little bit of an AFK, and I am going to clean up this counter. I am going to see all of your lovely faces back here in about 15 minutes. Enjoy some old school ads.
Well, no wonder my laundry bill is so high. All those napkins last week.
Doeskin.
What?
You should use doeskin dinner napkins.
Paper napkins? Oh, no.
I don't mean thin little paper napkins, but doeskin dinner napkins. You'll love them.
Everybody loves doeskin dinner napkins. These soft linen-like napkins are 2-ply in smart formal fold, in white and in beautiful pastel colors. And doeskin dinner napkins are big, They cover your whole lap, and they stay put. What's more, they last throughout the meal, and they leave no lint.
But they are nice. And they would save my linen.
They save you money, too. Doeskin dinner napkins cost only 49 cents for 5 dozen. That's a fraction of a penny apiece.
All right, Dottie.
You'll find doeskin dinner napkins, doeskin facial tissues, and other doeskin products at your favorite grocery, supermarket, department store, or drugstore. Look for the brown dispenser box.
Doeskin.
Philip Morris, America's finest cigarette, presents the Lucille Ball Desiarnaz Show, I Love Lucy. Good evening, and welcome. In a moment, we'll look in on Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz, but before we do, may I ask a very personal question? The question is simply this. Do you inhale? Well, I do, and chances are you do too. And because you inhale, you're better off, much better off, smoking Philip Morris. And for good reason. You see, Philip Morris is the one cigarette proved definitely less irritating, definitely milder than any other leading brand. That's why, when you inhale, you're better off smoking Philip Morris. Later in the show, you'll see how you can prove that fact to yourself. But right now, why not light up a Philip Morris and enjoy America's finest cigarette as we watch Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz in I Love Lucy.
Alexis Lachine wines are full of flavor. Alexis Lachine wines are dry. Alexis Lachine wines are mellow. Drink an Alexis Lachine wine with any kind of food. Or anytime you feel like relaxing with a drink. Alexis Lachine, fine French wines.
And now, from the popular comic strip Peanuts, here are Charlie Brown and his friend.
Why, thank you, Charlie Brown. Thank you, Charlie Brown.
What's the occasion? Has Charlie Brown had another baby sister?
No, Ford has new economy twins, so he's passing out chocolate cigars to everyone.
Everyone?
Yes, everyone.
You bet your boots, everyone. 'Cause it's just like they said. We've got something big to celebrate. And here it is, Ford's Economy Twins for 1960. The economy choice of a lifetime. Oh, I'll bet you've never seen a prettier twosome than this. There's the new size Ford, the Falcon. And next to it, the large economy size Ford, the Fairlane 500. You know, the 60 Fords were featured in the recent issue of Vogue magazine. And when you run your eyes over the elegant good looks of this Fairlane 500, it's sure easy to see why Vogue says Ford means a fashion success. And all this all-new beauty is yours for an all-new price. That's right. This roomier, more luxurious Fairlane 500 is actually priced a whopping $142 less than last year. And as for this pretty Falcon over here, well, just wait till you check its price sticker. It's America's lowest priced six-passenger car. In fact, it's priced up to $124 less than the other compact cars. Look 'em over in your Ford dealer showroom. Two new Fords, two wonderful new ways to go the finest. Ford's Economy Twins for 1960.
Here's an amazing free offer for everyone who's overweight. Even if you've tried other methods and failed, you can still lose ugly fat fast. Yes, thousands can tell you that calometric control is the only safe, sure, effective way to reduce. Now, this package contains the Wonder 10-Day Diet that gives you 3 delicious meals a day, plus a bedtime snack, even includes a jog for your willpower. Yet you take only 3 calometric tablets a day. And here's the sensational free offer. A 30-day supply of wonderful calometric tablets. A certified $3.50 value when you buy the regular calometric way to weight control. You save $3.50. Now, that's a $7 value for only $3.50. A 50% saving. And how can you get your free bottle of calometric tablets? Well, just send in this calometric box top with your name and address. Your druggist will give you a postage-paid envelope already addressed to the calometric company. Now, don't lose hope, lose weight. Get calometric reducing formula at your drugstore. Send the box top in the free postage-paid envelope. Get your $3.50 bottle of calometric tablets free. Don't wait, act now.
What? Keeping the coffee in the icebox?
Yes, Mr. Jones, it's a new kind of coffee, roasted by a new secret process. Hence, this new none such coffee has a different flavor, a flavor preserved by vacuum packing, the flavor retained by refrigeration after the jar has been opened. Just taste it. You can't miss that delicate aroma, that clean, mellow taste. Yes, in cooking, the way to a man's heart is most of all through the coffee pot. In every jar, you'll find 3 special pointers, valuable in all methods of making coffee. Try new none such coffee now. Use half the jar. If not 100% satisfied, get all your money back from your grocer without argument. Special for movie week, only 28 cents a pound, plus 3 cents refundable deposit on the jar.
3, 2, 1, blast off. She's up. Come in ideal countdown control. Ready for second launching.
Atlas moving into position.
Fuel her up.
All set.
Count down.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! There she goes!
Yes, you can be in command of your own ideal countdown. It's a real electronic missile base. You sit at the controls and move missiles into place. You count down. You blast off. You track the flight. The ideal countdown comes complete with moon missile and lunar probe, as well as a giant atlas. Get your electronic ideal countdown now, wherever good toys are sold.
It's a wonderful toy. It's ideal.
Now, at your favorite grocery store, the most amazing food wrap ever developed, Saran Wrap.
Have you tried Saran Wrap? It really is amazing. Saran Wrap is crystal clear plastic. It keeps everything you wrap in plain sight. And look, Saran Wrap clings like magic. It makes a neat package of anything you wrap, without strings or tape or rubber bands. Foods stay fresh far longer and taste better, too, because the flavor is locked in. Now you can prepare sandwiches for picnics and lunch boxes ahead of time and be sure they'll stay fresh and tasty. You see, Saran Wrap is a wonderful time saver as well as a food saver. Prove it in your own kitchen. Buy a roll of Saran Wrap today, and you won't be without it again.
Get Saran Wrap at your grocer's. Saran Wrap is a product of the Dow Chemical Company.
You are now looking at a slice of bread being spread with creamy-style Skippy peanut butter, as only Mary Ellen can spread it there. All right, now, as you look at that, don't want you to leave me, because I want to show you something, believe it or not, that a lot of people like even better. Suppose we were to take some fresh roasted peanuts here, and like Mary Ellen has been doing all evening, and putting them in a nut chopper here. Give a couple more little chugs, will you, please? Mm-hmm. I think that'll do it just fine. Now you find in there some just tiny little golden nuggets of roasted peanuts. and they are colossal. I want to try something here. Suppose we were to take these, now let me try an experiment, do you mind, honey? And we'd sprinkle them over the creamy style Skippy. Say, how is that, huh?
Ooh, that looks good.
It does look good. All I did that for was to tell you that you can get that and enjoy it anytime you want. You won't have to go through any chopping process either, because the Skippy people do that for you in chunk style. That's done for you up in the factory. Now, chunk style, you see, has sprinkled all through it very generously through the entire jar those golden little nuggets that you saw there, just about like that. So that's already done for you there. Now, of course, either style, whether it's cream or chunky, if you get Skippy, you are getting the peanut butter that stays fresh right down to the last spoonful in the jar. And so I make it very simple again. I want you to know that this is an honest fact.
If you like peanuts, you'll like Skippy.
Okay. We be back. Let's get some music back, too. Got another 2.5 minutes on the oven. You mentioned secret coffee, Kip. None Such is actually a real brand. That's the thing that gets me with that commercial. Someone named their company None Such. And you can still find, I've found, I think it's at Lucky's. One of the big box grocery stores around here sells None Such mincemeat pie filling. I think that's the only thing left that they still make. But they used to make all sorts of stuff back in the day. I guess they used to make bread and coffee and all sorts of things. I don't really know the whole story about why they disappeared. Or maybe they just kept scaling back until all they were making was mincemeat. It's a little like naming your car Nova and not knowing that translates as no-go in other languages. So you think it's going to come out now, or we got to give it another couple more minutes? Is it going to be ready, chat? It's smelling like it could be ready. Definitely giving it the full 15. Oh, we're going to give those a couple more minutes. The re-rolled and cut ones are looking quite wild. They're looking quite interesting. The other ones are looking nice, but I want them to get a little more color than they have. They're still pale. I maybe should have put a wash on them. That's what I should have done. So I'm going to give these another 3 minutes. I put even more time on the timer, but I'm going to give them 3 minutes. So pork pizzole tomorrow. Gonna have to find some pork. It could be a long stream tomorrow, depending on what sort of pork I find. Like, it could be it's probably gonna be a 2-hour plus stream, but it could be a 3+ hour stream, just giving that pork enough of a cook. I mean, maybe I'll look out and find ribs for cheap, but I don't think I will this weekend. See what we got going on in the rest of the world here. Politics. Let's see. Oh, he had quite a name. Michael Chow's place, Mr. Chow, in Vegas is closing. That was a pretty big draw place in Caesars at one point. Alright. Oh, those got a little toasty maybe on the bottom. So we got baby biscuits on top of fancy sloppy joes. Sorry to the Spanish in chat, or Mexican. These came out looking interesting too, but they got too much of a cook on the bottom of them. They got too hot. But these were the leftovers and reject. So you can cut the bottoms off and go with these just fine, but the bottoms are too toasty. That's okay. This was the main project for this evening. I do wish now that I had put some butter, some milk, some egg over the tops of these and given these a little bit more of a golden color. Oops. Thank you for the follow. We got some nice bubbling going on here. It's still nice and toasty. And they certainly look like they got some nice layers to them. I don't know how well that's... Oh, we can do angle cam. If it was on. There we go. We got layers there, chat. Get some photos here for the Discord. Are they buttermilk biscuits? They're sort of buttermilk biscuits. I cheated. I used milk and half, and then I added buttermilk powder, or dried buttermilk. I just realized I've got an echo going back here. Left my speakers on back here, back there. But otherwise, there's a fair amount of butter in there. And yeah. Let's go with you for scooping. Actually, that might be better. Let's go with the rice-like scoop spoon. You probably want to see this too. And with the lack of much of anything else fresh in the house at the moment to use for this, we'll do a little freeze-dried cilantro over the top of this. Oops. Oops. That's not supposed to be on during streaming. Oops. So there we go, folks. There is dinner for this evening. So tomorrow, I hope you all come back to join me once again. We're going to be making pork pizzole. Red pork pizzole. I hope you had a great finish to your week. I wish you the best to the start of your week. Especially those that it's Monday for you already. I start at 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern, 4 nights a week here on Twitch. Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Always changing things up, always coming up with new things. We got Wednesdays, chat chooses an ingredient in the Discord. And I got to use that ingredient for dinner and dessert. It's a fun challenge to try out different things and sort of challenge me to use unusual ingredients in unusual ways. It's been a lot of fun over the years. Regardless, let's not get into a whole spiel about everything in the world. I thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope you have a great start to your week. See you tomorrow.